It's disappointing, and it's hard to now have to fight at home.
She served her country for more than 2 decades, but now she believes the VA is letting her down.
Dr. Lenora Langley says that she was approved for the VA's Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment Program, but she got cancer and had to fight for her life instead. She's now cancer-free and telling Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusin that when she reapplied, she got denied.
This is my Veteran of Foreign War medal.
Dr. Lenora Langley doesn't like to brag, but her accolades deserve some major acknowledgement. A Navy and Marine Corps Commendation, Joint Service Achievement, and Purple Heart, just to name a few. Lenora spent more than 2 decades in the military, serving in 3 different branches.
I'm a nurse, advanced practicing nurse for the military services.
In 2006, while deployed in Iraq, Lenora was hit by a mortar round.
Shrapnel of the mortar round. I was actually injured in my neck, face, and internal organs of my facial nerves.
Lucky to be alive, the battle wound, a permanent reminder of that day. Despite the injuries, Lenora used her time in the military to better herself. A graduate of Villanova, she went on to get her master's and eventually doctorate in healthcare administration.
It's fair to say that during your time there, you served your country and your country helped serve you by furthering your education.
Yes.
But this former combat nurse wants more and says to move into a nursing staff leadership position within the VA or private company, she needs a Master of Science in Nursing. And there's a program for disabled veterans to help pay for it called the Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment, or VR&E. A spokesperson for the VA tells Team 10 the VR&E is a program that assists service members and veterans who have service-connected disabilities that make it difficult for them to prepare for, find, and maintain employment in positions consistent with their abilities, aptitudes, and interests.
I'm requesting the Master of Science because in the VA, to get an executive nurse position, it is an unspoken rule, but I've gone and looked and I've gone and interviewed and talked to people. It is an unspoken rule that you must have an MSN, and that's what I'm seeking to get.
In 2015, Lenora applied for the benefit and was approved, but life had a different plan. Shortly after the approval, Lenora was diagnosed with breast cancer. She underwent round after round of chemotherapy and radiation. Eventually, Lenora got the news. She's cancer-free. She says she reapplied to master's programs and reapplied for the VR&E benefits. Only this time, there was a different outcome.
After I go through the journey of fighting my terminal illness, then I come back, and now I'm told I'm not entitled because a different counselor has a different perception of me.
The explanation written in the denial letter.
After carefully reviewing the evidence, I determined that you are suitably employed as the safe patient handling and mobility coordinator of the VA San Diego healthcare system.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the VA tells Team 10 in part, after a thorough review of Dr. Langley's file, we've determined she does not have an employment handicap and therefore is not entitled to VR&E. Dr. Langley has well-developed transferable skills, work experience, and education.
Is suitably employed good enough for you?
Suitably employed is just enough to get by. No, it is not.
I asked the VA how she could be approved in 2015 and denied just a few years later, when the only thing that changed was she got cancer. The spokesperson responded, in 2015, Dr. Langley was approved due to her lack of employment, lack of networking, and connections within the civilian job market, and ability to provide documentation of an unsuccessful job search. In 2018, she was not approved due to being suitably employed within her field of interest, as well as her abilities and aptitude showing successful employment and ability to network within the job market.
I've applied to over 27 jobs in the VA and have not gotten a upper level jobs.
Lenora calls the VA's decision disappointing, saying she never thought she'd have to fight for benefits at home, a fight that's not over.
I know that my time is limited, but I want to make good use of it, and I want to serve and take care of veterans.
Adam Rakusin, Team 10.
And Team 10 reached out to Lenora's Congress member, Susan Davis. In a statement, she told Team 10 that she would be happy to assist Dr. Langless or any other veteran in need of assistance with a congressional inquiry. Yesterday, her office told us they reached out further to Dr. Langless about her issues with the VA, and as a result, we have opened an additional inquiry with the VA. In 2016, Dr. Lenora Langless was the recipient of the 10 News Leadership Award, and we will continue to follow this story.